What's Gucci? It's your boy Salvajee from the Salvajee Cartel. I'm back with another Salvajee Speaks. I want to talk about two things I believe in this video, unless I go on an extra rant, and of course that's always great. But here's the first thing I want to talk about: those who care make an effort and not an excuse. So my subscribers that have been subscribed to me for a long time, they know I talked about this on a previous Salvajee Speaks like a couple of years back, but I want to talk about it again. This is a core value that I have implemented into my life. This is a core value that I absolutely recommend you guys to implement into your life. It's going to save you a lot of time when it comes down to yourself, but also when it comes down to other people as well. Let's talk about ourselves first. Those who care make an effort, not an excuse. If you really care about something, if you really want to make something happen, if you really want to make progress towards something, you're going to make it happen. But if you keep finding excuses to make that thing happen, if you keep finding excuses to not put in the work, then you really don't care about that thing. Because again, if you really do care about something, you're going to put in an effort and not an excuse. Even if the effort might be minimal, even if the effort might not mean much, you're still going to be putting in the effort. You're still going to be striving. All right. I'll give you guys an example, right? I'm allergic to dust, and sometimes I wake up with a runny nose. And the reason why I wake up with a runny nose is because sometimes my room is just very, very dusty. But I don't go out of my way to, dust off my room, right? Because those who care make an effort and not an excuse. And I don't really care that much that I have a runny nose. So when I wake up with a runny nose, I don't complain about it, because I know if I actually wanted this thing to be gone, I could just dust off my room more consistently, right? It's about holding yourself accountable, and stop like bullshitting yourself when it comes down to like some of the goals that you might have not achieved. Maybe you don't have that specific goal because you keep making excuses. Now, maybe you keep putting in the effort, but you haven't gotten any results. There's a saying that says, when nothing works, keep working. And keep working smart and keep improvising. All right? Keep putting in the work. Like, you're not going to get things overnight as well. You guys get what I mean? Let's talk about how I apply this other core value into my life. Look, from time to time, I've been texting females, right? And sometimes they take their time replying. All right? Which means that I can't really have an actual meaningful conversation. And I ask them, why do you take so much to like reply? Maybe they're busy and all that stuff, and that's okay, right? People are busy. Sometimes, I'm making a video and I just don't really reply to anyone that has sent me a message, because of course I'm making a video or I want to get a specific video done. It's okay. But if I see that it happens consistently, guys, right? I know this female doesn't really have any interest in me. So what do? I fucking move on. Because those who care make an effort and not an excuse. Like, I've had some females tell me, oh shit, I just never have my phone with me. Guys, let's be honest. That's fucking bullshit. It's 2020. We're literally addicted to our phones. But it's not even about that, right? It's not even that they have their phones with them or not. Like, think about it. Those who care, again, make an effort and not an excuse. Like, if someone actually wants to talk with you, if someone wants to like have a conversation, I'm talking about all the sexes now, right? Like males and females. Like, if someone really wants to like have some discussions with you and get to know you and stuff like that, right? They're going to make an effort, and it's going to show, right? Because the results are not going to lie. But the excuses are always going to let you know you need to stop wasting your time and you need to move on. You know what I mean? I love having conversations about mindset and all that stuff. But if I reach out to someone to like have a nice, meaningful discussion on mindset, and I see that they're like taking their time to reply, and I see that after a while, like they're just giving me excuses on why they can't talk, like I just move on. You know what I mean? It's all Gucci. There's a saying that says, just because you haven't met a lot of people with your mindset doesn't mean that they don't exist. It just means that they're more rare. All right. So that's the first key lesson that I want to share in this Salvajee Speaks, guys. And it's one of the core values that I have implemented into my life. All right. Those who care make an effort and not an excuse. When I see people making a lot of fucking excuses and not a lot of effort, I just let them go, because I don't have time for people who half-ass shit. All right. The next thing that I want to talk about in this Salvajee Speaks, and this is something that I was talking to with, one of the subscribers recently. Guys, you have a choice to create the life that you want. And that choice is going to start with how you're communicating with yourself and how you're talking to yourself. If some of you guys are always talking to yourselves very negatively, that is actually very rational. Some of you guys are like, what the fuck? I wasn't expecting you to say that. What do you mean it's rational that I'm talking to myself very negatively? Well, see, when you're like really, really young, you know, it's like really easy for you to like fall into like emotional addictions, right? So some of you guys might be kind of like addicted to some of the negative emotions that you might be dealing with, like depression, etc., etc., and that's okay, right? But I'm going to tell you guys are making a choice to keep repeating that type of behavior. You guys are making a choice to keep repeating, you know, that negative self-talk that's going on in your mind. And I'm going to tell you guys something. That negative self-talk is what's going to build your reality. Because here's another thing that I want to talk about in this video. Your mind is wired to win. This is something that I learned on a book called Unfuck Yourself. And it's the best lesson that I've learned from this book. I absolutely recommend. It's like a 4-hour read, by the way. But long story short, your mind always wants to prove you right. You get what I mean? Like, if you have a specific mindset towards something, if you think you're not worthy of obtaining something in specific, like, your mind is going to prove you right. You guys get what I mean? So you guys need to understand, like, you have a choice to improve. You have a choice to get better, right? You have a choice to like get to those specific goals, right? But you guys have to make the choice, and you guys need to start having like that positive conversation with yourself. You know, you guys need to stop overindulging yourself in negative thought patterns or negative ways of thinking. You guys need to actually change up, you know, this conversation that you're having, you know, in your mind. All right, because that conversation is what's going to determine your reality. And as a young person, you can determine your reality very, very easily, because the younger you are, right, the bigger advantage you have over you know to change over other older people out there. Because the older you are, the more that things get ingrained in you, and it's like really, really harder to like change that neuroplasticity in the brain. Okay, I'm getting like kind of advanced right now, but the point is, you guys have a choice to choose positive thoughts. You guys have a choice to keep telling yourself or start telling yourselves that you're going to be great and that you're going to accomplish your goals. Okay, and your brain is wired to win. So whether you choose the positive or the negative, just know that your brain is going to make that positive or negative a reality. And those who care make an effort and not an excuse. All right, so if you have negative results, right, just know that the only reason why you're getting negative results and why your life might not be that fulfilling is because you keep making excuses instead of putting in the effort. So start holding yourself accountable and start telling yourself every single day, those who care make an effort, not an excuse. I hope you guys enjoyed this Salvajee Speaks. Drop it a like, subscribe. Peace out.